Okay. Good evening, everybody. Appreciate y'all being here tonight. Super proud of our team. Just an incredible win. Definitely, one for the ages there. That's for sure. Really, just proud of our never quit attitude. We certainly made enough mistakes to lose probably a couple games, but we won. And to win a game like that, man, you just kind of got to tip your hat to you guys. I mean, 4 turnovers and a stop on downs, and scoop 6, down 11 in the fourth quarter against the top 15 team. You still win the game, man. That's really all you need to know about this team, man. Mental toughness, guts, will to win. I mean, perseverance, unshakable belief. I mean, I'm just really proud of them. And, it's a battle-tested group that really likes each other. And, they just don't quit. And I'm really, really proud of them. We make it hard, harder than it needs to be. But man, to win a game like that is special. So, that's our third top 15 win this year. Again, these guys are battle-tested, got 4 road wins. And I think, one thing too, I mean, we're 8-0. I think we're the only 8-0 team in the country. So, our open date's coming really late. We've gone 12 straight weeks. These guys have been resilient. 4 weeks of camp, 8 straight games, and not just games. I mean, we've played 6 really good veteran quarterbacks. I mean, the kid from Georgia Tech, Wake, NC State, BC, Florida State, Syracuse. I mean, these are experienced veteran guys. And, of our 8 games, I think 5 of them we were their first loss. So you're getting everybody's best shot. And for these guys to be resilient and get to this point, especially not necessarily, playing our best in some areas, there's just a lot to be said for, their will to win. And then, again, we've won a lot of different ways. So I think we got the makings of a really, really good team, but we still have not put it, all together yet. And I think it's just going to take one time, and they're going to have an opportunity to really, come together. So just proud of them, where we hope to be. Again, 8-0 doesn't make a season, but we've been going a long time now, and we just, we got the open date, man. We just couldn't come at a better time for us to self-evaluate, get healthy. We got to get back to the basics in some areas, and just, get ready to try to make a run at our league. I mean, that's our focus, and also get a little head start on Notre Dame. We got a lot of respect for them, and for us, I mean, it'd be another great opportunity. Our last true road game. So we're done with what we call the primetime phase of our journey, and November is what it's all about, and that's what we feel like we're built for. And I think this team's got a shot to do some great things, but we just got to be coachable. We got to be relentless to improve, and we got to do what it takes, because the margin for error gets smaller as the air gets cooler. So just, again, an excellent win. Really proud of our guys. Great environment. I thought our fans were awesome, and really fortunate to win the game against a tough Syracuse team. Very physical game. Offensively, we rushed for 327 yards, and we had the 2 really just bad sacks on our quarterbacks. We had no sacks in the offensive line, especially against type of stuff they do. I'm really proud of our OL. Ship and Maffa were outstanding. Just didn't get the with all the turnovers, just a ton of missed opportunity. We had 91 plays, counting the penalties that we had. So controlled the ball, just couldn't kind of get out of our own way with the turnovers. But really proud of that offensive line and those backs, and I thought we were very physical at receiver and tight end as well. But, man, defensively, they just won the day for us. I mean, it took what it took. If we didn't shut them out, we probably don't win that game. We did not start well, kind of a slow start defensively with kind of 14 ugly points. But, man, that was it. And they shut them down the rest of the game. And it took that 7 punts and 5 sacks was a season high for us. I thought we just did a great job limiting them on third down, 3 of 11 on third down. The stop on downs and plus territory was really big on that fourth down. The interception to seal it, just a lot of good things defensively. We still, we were much, much better than Florida State as far as tackling, but we still missed some really critical tackles that led to some extended plays and drives. Got to clean up some things, just situationally, awareness-wise, and some positioning in our coverage, and still missing on a couple opportunities when it comes to finishing on the interception, a couple of red zone touchdowns. But man, I'm just hats off to the defense. I mean, they gave us a chance to win the game, and again, when I say win different ways, Wake Forest, man, every time the offense went out there, they had to go score to win that game. And that second half of this game, every time the defense went out there, they had to stop them for us to have a chance to win the game, and they did. And I just think, again, I'm just really proud of them. And then our special teams 2 weeks in a row have been outstanding. We've become a team that's dangerous in the return game. We've blocked kicks. BT's a weapon. Man, what a game Aiden Swanson had. We only had 2 punts. Didn't even punt until the second half, but both of them were 50-plus yarders and 2 inside the 20. And just proud of Aiden. Did a great job. So a lot of good things in the game. A lot that we got to correct, but again, 8-0, and I think we're the only 8-0 team in the country. Says a lot about these guys and just their willingness to show up each and every week, and then to just go compete, and then their overall belief in finding a way every week. So proud of our team and our staff, and now we got an opportunity to again get healthy, get a little bit of head start on Notre Dame, and set our eyes on hopefully a great November finish.
Hey, Coach, it's David Hood. What does KJ Henry told us a little bit earlier today that his plan for this week was to catch up on some naps. But what does a week look like for the coaches, and kind of what is the schedule for the team this week?
Yeah, well, first of all, we got home. Instead of getting home at 10:30, 11 on Sunday night, got home about 7:15 last night. So that's a start, and we are coming off 2 weeks of getting home at 6 a.m. So you kind of got some sleep debt. Everybody, players, coaches, everybody. So definitely have an opportunity to use it wisely and just recover some, because we have been going for 12 straight weeks. And so for us, we'll practice on Monday, Wednesday, Thursday like we typically do on an open date. And then but this is a later open date, so we'll work on Clemson, work on some of the basics and some of the really study, self-evaluate, and a lot of the things that we really need to improve on from these first 8 weeks. We've learned a lot through 8 weeks, so let's apply the lessons that we've learned, and let's correct that, because people, what people see on tape, they're gonna continue to test you on that. So we've got to grow up there, and then also get a head start on the next game. And so when you roll out of here, and we'll work on recruiting, but everybody get a couple days off this weekend. The players will finish up on Thursday afternoon. They'll have a nice break. But yeah, just get some sleep, get some rest. Tuesday we'll go serve the community. I've always thought that's a huge thing and an opportunity, So we're not on the field, but I always say we're still practicing. We're still working. But so half of our team, we're gonna cut the team split up in 2 areas so that we can maximize our opportunity to serve the community. So we'll do that on Tuesday in our practice block, in that 2 to 6:15 range there, and then that's all they'll have on Tuesday. And then again, Wednesday will be meetings and practice, and same with Thursday. But nothing for the players on Friday, and then everybody will get back Sunday evening and get back to a normal week next week as we get ready to go to Notre Dame.
Hey, Coach. This is Matt. Can you just elaborate on, just serving the community and kind of what y'all are going to be doing there?
Yeah, I think half of our team is going to go to the AIM campus in Anderson, the Anderson Interfaith Ministries, and just really serve them. And that's an amazing organization that does a lot of great work in the community there, and really helps a lot of people. But and they just to be able to go in there and do a lot of the work that they need. Whether it be the food pantry or just things on the campus that need to be fixed or cleaned up or stocked, whatever it is, they'll have a whole list. And then the other half is going to go and we're going to work on a habitat home. And again, when you've got 135 players and staff, that's a lot of manpower that can really make a difference, in a day. So that'll be our projects for the day.
Hey, Coach, it's Trevor from CUTigers.com. I know Cade had just the 2 completions, but obviously you did a great job running the offense, didn't turn the ball over, had the big 2-point conversion, and the big PI call, he put a good ball in a spot where Bo could make a play on it. Just how did you evaluate his performance overall, his decision-making, and so forth?
Yeah, I was proud of him. The sack was really bad. I mean, and again, just, he just hadn't played a lot. And sometimes you got to, he's a fast kid and, he's always been able to probably get away with stuff like that. And, but that was really poor. I mean, he's just got to step up and get underneath the block right there. That was probably his worst play. And then we really had an RPO and he really should have ran the ball, but he triggered a hitch late, and just can't do that. So he had a couple mistakes, but he settled us down. I mean, the biggest thing is, and that's why I made the change. I mean, DJ had 3 turnovers. I wasn't going to give him a chance to have 4. That wasn't going to happen. So, again, sometimes, like I said the other day, when your ace is on the mound, we got baseball going on right now. I mean, there's an expectation, right? Everybody, when you put your best guy on the mound for you, you have a certain expectation, but even the best of the best can all of a sudden they hit a couple home runs on it, and you just need to change it up. And again, I wasn't going to let them, hit 4 home runs. We'd already given up 3, so I just the number one thing. I mean, because they weren't stopping us. I mean, we rushed the ball for 327 yards. I mean, we were doing exactly what we needed to do. We just couldn't get out of our own way. And that was, if we just don't turn it over, we're going to score. And we got in such a hole. So, again, our defense stopped them, and we quit turning it over, and we went and scored and did what we needed to do. So he did a really good job, made some good decisions, made a couple nice throws. You just see his talent. I mean, he can rip it, man. He's got great arm talent. And the more he plays, the better and better he's going to be. I mean, it's just, we got a real bright future with that guy. Just awesome. It was great to see him go out there and respond. I mean, it's tough to go into a game, down 11 in the 4th quarter, but he did what he needed to do. Again, he took care of the ball, made big plays with his legs, and just gave us a different spark. And the guys responded. And then defensively, man, they just kept giving us the ball. I mean, with the biggest stat in that game is there were no points off of turnovers for our defense. I mean, obviously the offense, they got the score on the scoop, but the other 3 turnovers, they got 0 points. And that's almost like getting a turnover back. Our defense in 8 games has only given up 3 points off of turnovers, all year. And, we only had 3 offensive turnovers coming into the game. That's it. And we had 5 on the year, but 1 was on punt team and 1 was on the punt return, and 1 was on Barrett Carter on interception. So we only had 3 turnovers. The best thing we've done all year is take care of the football. And then all of a sudden you get in the game and you got 4 turnovers, and then your defense gives up 0 points. That was a huge thing. So it was really just him going in there and doing a good job of taking care of the ball, and then let's just finish in the drive. So hats off to the OL, the backs, the tight ends, receivers. I think they all, really did a good job physically, taking the game over. And again, that's an experience that he can grow from. A lot of confidence and just game experience, which is big for him.
Hey, Dabo, this is Pete at AP. Go ahead, Anna.
Coach Streeter told us after the game that DJ was playing maybe a little more timid than typical than he has this season. After watching the film and maybe talking to him, any idea of why that was?
No, just had an off day. I mean, in the quarterback position gets all the, we have other players. We have other great players, like including a guy like Shipley or a guy like Miles Murphy or a guy like, KJ Henry or whatever, that maybe sometimes doesn't have their best day, but, it's not magnified like the quarterback position. That just comes with the position. But it just, I don't know, for whatever reason, just had a tough day and but I know this, we're not 8-0 without that guy. No way, man. The way he's played, and he's still got 17 touchdowns and 4 picks, and he's done a good job all year, and just had one of those tough days, and he's responded all year every time he's had a bad moment. So I expect him to bounce back and go play his best game. That's my expectation, and hopefully that's exactly what he'll do. But just one of them days. If you're a competitor, you do this. It doesn't matter what you do. We can all have those days. I've had bad days as coaches. I'm sure you've had a bad day in your job, and just got to learn from it and refocus and move on.
Hey, Dabo, it's Pete at AP. A couple of quick things. Number one, did you guys come out of this okay injury-wise?
We did. That's the other thing that's a real positive for us is, this time last year it was getting worse and worse and worse, and we were just trying to every week figure out how to make it work. And man, we're getting better and better and better. So I'm excited about that. This is big for a guy like Xavier Thomas now to really just kind of have another week just kind of off and just working on his conditioning and just continue that great healing that's going on, and just obviously we got guys beat up. You play as many games as we've played, you got some guys beat up, but we're getting better. And as far as guys in the game, we came out of it in a really good spot.
Also wanted to ask, you mentioned all the great quarterbacks that you guys have faced. It seems like every week you're going against like a top 50 in the country defense in the ACC, including you guys, but across the board. The ACC really seems like it's on top of things defensively this season. Have you seen that too?
Absolutely. I mean, it's Wake's a really good Wake's a good football team, man. NC State, I think they might have been the top defense coming in, and then of course Syracuse was number one in the defense coming into this game. And so, it seems like every week we've seen some good groups. I thought Florida State was a heck of a D. BC's always a tough group to go against. And there's been different challenges. We've seen a lot of different styles and flavors of the week, if you will, that we've been exposed to us. And these guys they really got a lot to draw on in 8 games. And again, very battle tested. And the 6 veteran quarterbacks we faced have all presented different challenges. And to be where we are, I'm proud of our guys. The guys that deserve the credit. Our staff's done a great job. And again, it's a resilient bunch. We're not perfect, certainly from as far as how we've played. We're perfect from a record standpoint, but man, we still got a lot of room for improvement. And hopefully when these guys put it together, I think they just kind of get a taste of it one time for a complete game. And I think they got a chance to be a really special group because they've got the makings of that. And they really care. They really like each other. They play hard for each other. And the main thing is they believe. They believe they're supposed to win, and that's a huge part of it.
Thanks, Deb.
Dabo, this is Matt again. Coach Streeter was saying after the game that y'all did more tempo when Cade was in. I was just wondering if there was any thought of doing that earlier with DJ and kind of why y'all decided to do it more with Cade.
We just wanted to get him in a little bit of rhythm, and we did. We did do some of it with DJ. We just, like I said, stopped ourselves and just couldn't ever quite get in the rhythm with some of the turnovers. But, we just tried to we just tried to keep it simple. I mean, we knew we could run the ball, and we thought we were wearing them down. I mean, I felt like we had control there, and you saw that in the fourth quarter with they might make that play in the first quarter on that 50-yard run by Shipley on the inside zone, but in the fourth quarter, they didn't, and so I think that's again just a reflection of how the game went, but really just wanted to play with some tempo and again get him in some rhythm and maybe limit them a little bit on what they could do, with a young quarterback coming in the game.
Hey, Coach, it's Trevor again. Malcolm Green got to play a lot at nickel with Barrett Carter out. First time playing defense for him since the La Tech game, I believe. How did you evaluate his performance?
He did okay. I mean, rusty. You can tell he hadn't played. Had a couple of really big missed tackles and got out of position a few times. But Malcolm's active. It's important to him. He's a tough kid. He's just got a lot of passion for the game. But you could tell he hadn't played in a while. And but it was good to be able to get him, back in the flow and get him some good experience coming off the injury and stuff. But definitely a lot of things he can improve on.
Hey, Dabo, it's Anna again. KJ Henry told us today that maybe due to some inexperience on defense, some players may be playing to not make a mistake instead of playing to dominate. Is that something that you've noticed maybe in some instances, and how do you get that mindset to shift?
Yeah, I mean, I just think it's just doing your job. I mean, the first play of the game, that's not a young player. That's a veteran player, and just trying to do too much. I think it's more just guys trying to do too much than just doing their job, and the stats will come. First play ought to have been a TFL. It should have been a flat out TFL, and again, just not doing what you're supposed to do, and just again, more trying to do too much in certain aspects. I mean, the first two scores were disappointing because they didn't do anything we hadn't practiced, nothing that we hadn't practiced, and we just did some poor fundamental things, and so but we made the right adjustments and corrections, and they played well down the stretch, so shut them out. So I mean, that's hard to do. That bunch of scoring a bunch of points, and was doing a great job on offense, and we run blitzed them a lot to try to minimize 34 some. He's a hard guy to slow down, but we still gave up some yards to the quarterback, but just loved how we got after him, and we got him on the ground more than we did this year. But biggest thing is just doing the little things better, fundamentally and schematically, like we're coached to do.
Hey, Dabo, Pete again. Just talking about Cade, it's interesting in the sense that with both Trevor and DJ, they're both very calm and flatline type of people. They don't, they're very controlled in what they do, whether things are great or things are bad. It seemed like Cade he lets his emotions out there. I mean, he was going crazy out there on that 2-point conversion and things like that. Can that sometimes? Which do you prefer? What do you prefer out of your quarterback? Whatever makes it work for him.
I prefer points and taking care of the ball and crisp execution. What that looks like to everybody else, I really don't care. Whether they look calm or they look like they're flying around with their heart exploding out of their chest. Whatever. I just think they got to be who they are. I don't think Cade can't go be DJ, and DJ doesn't need to try to be Cade. I just think they got to be who they are and channel who they are into crisp execution. That's all I care about. Take care of the football, play within the system, and execute. I mean, we did some really dumb stuff yesterday that some simple things. So that's really all that matters to me. But everybody's different. Everybody has just like I don't need Wes to be Brent Venables, right? I mean, Wes just needs to be Wes Goodwin. I didn't hire him to be Brent. I hired him to be Wes Goodwin. I hired Streeter to be Streeter. When I hired Tony Elliott, I didn't need him to be Chad Morris. I mean, people are different. I think you just got to be who you are. And but the main thing is we're just looking for production, looking for guys that do their job. And some guys are vocal, some guys are not. But at the end of the day, what's the production? I don't need Trotter to be Skowski. Just need him to be a productive player. And so that's really it. But Cade is a high energy guy. Sorry.
It's Anna. Coach Streeter was saying after the game he was complimenting Spiller for just the timing and the rhythm of the substitution of Shipley and Maffa. Just is that something that you noticed as well? And
yeah. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Anna.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just saying I think CJ's done a great job with our backs. I mean, our backs are playing at a high level for us. I mean, they've done a great job protection, catching the ball, details of the run game. I mean, you're talking about two young backs, and man, he's all over it. I mean, his demeanor is just great for those guys. I mean, he's a very detailed teacher in the meeting rooms. Really proud of him, and hopefully we're going to get Kobe back here soon. And but I mean, we ran the ball 60 times. And just again, he did a good job of just keeping them fresh and letting them compliment each other. And it's good to see. I mean, Shipley's just been amazing. 242 all-purpose yards. I mean, he's just a problem every time he touches it, and he's relentless. And then Maffa is a similar but different style, and man, he is starting to really come into his own. And I'm just really love the combination of those guys.
Anybody else for Coach?
Yeah, but I was going to ask one more. I'm sure you don't care a lot about narratives and that kind of stuff, but do you just hope that people will appreciate how well DJ played the first 7 weeks of the season and not just look at one game he played?
Well, I mean, I hope so, but I mean, it's kind of, that's kind of his story right now, right? Because I mean, all the stuff coming into the season, but he certainly didn't have a good day, but man, he has played really, really well, really, really well. And again, there's no way we're 8-0 without him. I mean, he's made huge plays with his legs, huge plays with his arm. He's been a great leader, and he'll respond. But so yeah, I hope that's the case. But yeah, we don't have any control over any of that stuff.
Yeah, but this is Chapel with the State. Colin Sadler's at 3 games. Do y'all know if you want to redshirt him, or is that still kind of a play it by ear thing?
Yeah, we're still going to kind of play it by ear on him and a couple other kids right now.
And kind of just that rule change 3-4 years ago to allow those 4 games for freshmen. Can you kind of reflect on how that's kind of helped the program from a developmental standpoint?
Oh, I love it. I mean, I really do. Like for example, man, I mean, you think about that year where we were able to hold Skowski, and he played in the last 3 games: the ACC championship game, the playoff game, and the national championship. And we needed it. And we're trying to do that. Like Cole Turner, man. Cole Turner is going to be some kind of special player, and that's why we have not played him yet, because we're really trying to save his 4 games. I mean, he's a kid nobody really knows about right now, but I mean, he is going to be a heck of a player for us. So it's fun to be able to have the opportunity to be strategic in how you use some of the guys, and it gives them a little bit of taste of it. And for some guys, it keeps them on edge a little bit. It keeps them engaged. In the past, when you did make a decision to redshirt a guy, sometimes it was hard to based on the maturity of that player, sometimes they wouldn't stay as engaged as they needed to. But with guys knowing that, hey, there's a chance that they could still play those 4 games, I think it's been good, really good for a lot of reasons, for the players and for teams too. Again, to not have to waste a year on a kid maybe for 1 game, or 2 games, which has happened at times in the past.
Anyone else? All right. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, y'all have a good night.
You too.